Hope all is well with you. Took a few days off. I'll be back doing my morning show live tomorrow in the morning, when the morning is 6 to 9 Pacific, 9 to noon on the East Coast. Just try to enjoy some time away. Hope all the moms out there had a good little few days where they were celebrated. Now back to moms being moms, doing what they do and all of that stuff. Few things to jump into. Okay, first and foremost, I was reading the P. Diddy stuff, and I can't even read some of this stuff because it is so vile. And their defense is, look, we're not saying he was a good boyfriend, but no, he was not a good boyfriend. He wasn't even a good friend. He is allegedly a vile individual. And I think that is because, again, nothing's happened yet. He's not been convicted. Here's my thing. He's got to want to take everybody down, right? Like, that has to be the goal of this. He got offered something. He turned it down. The goal for the entire thing, for me, and I was talking to my buddy Ken today, is he's got to want to just to drag people down. That has to be it. He's like, I'm not going down on my own. I'm going to tear everybody up. He knows he's never getting out of jail again. And he should have had Pam Bondi prosecute this. He'd have been out of jail waiting the trial for the next 50 years until they got the list. Even if they have the videos. Oh, I know they've got the videos. Oh, my. One of the things that Cassie Ventura, who is kind of the spotlight on this, one of the things that a male escort was told to do to her is disgusting. He's a vile, and being a freak, man. You can be a freak all day long. You do your thing. I don't care. As long as you're not hurting somebody. This doesn't seem to be one of those things, is what I'm trying to tell you. But we'll have more about this tomorrow, I'm sure. Good news. China
to
and
what
us
was
are friends
a very
kind of again,
positive
sort of.
process. We have reached an agreement on a 90-day pause and substantially moved down the tariff levels. Both sides on the reciprocal tariffs will move their tariffs down 115%.
I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore. Scott Benson, to me, is a Saturday Night Live skit. He is, it looks like it's Will Ferrell over and over again. If you want to know what puts you to sleep, Scott Benson. You don't want to know who's the adult in the room? Scott Benson. Guys, seems to be pretty damn on top of it. So I'm going to say this, as I've said it over and over again. I want to know what our plan is with China. If we think they are all of the things that are bad, okay, which is, they want to dominate the globe. They want to reshape the world in their image. They want to be all of the things. They're willing to do whatever it is that they need to get done, et cetera, steal IP, steal all the, if we think they are those things and we think they're weakened, which I think they are, what are we doing? Do we think Xi is in a place where he is so vulnerable, maybe he's not as well, because there's lots of rumors out there that he isn't well, and that the people that might replace him are more apt to have a Western-style modernization of things and being a little bit more free, and that if we can just hold out long enough and just play this game, that eventually that stuff is going to change? I don't know. But if we think that they are who they think they are, and I think they are that, which is they want to dominate the globe. They want to use the might of all the money they collect from us, which is quite a lot. We get goods. It's not like we just hand them cash, but that they're going to then take that, build and continue to build and continue to do things across the globe that looks like it's kind in nature. We built you a hospital and a whole bunch of wells, but there will come a day when we will ask a favor and you cannot turn it down. That's what I think China is. On top of the IPs, et cetera, I don't know. So, yay that we got this done, kind of, sort of. I don't know what it means long term, because, like everything, it's always a framework. We're in the middle of a framework, and this is what it's going to look like. We'll say for Scott Benson, doing stuff. And it's really good that we're doing it. China. Oh, it's a tough listen. So good for him. Good for him. Onward and upward we move. For those of you, so out here in Nashville, we're going through the insanity of watching our mayor, Freddie O'Connell, and several others in the state legislature and council members all freak out over ICE arrest. And then, of course, on Friday, the insanity of what took place with Mrs. McIver here, Rep, and the fight that ensued as they're trying to get into an ICE facility.
You escalated the situation. Don't tell him you can't put a hand on there. You cannot. Fuck you. This is a section.
Whoa, the language.
And you better not touch her either. Tell him.
That's all theatrics. All of it's theatrics. Watching some of the papers go, a mom was arrested. A mom was arrested. I grew up in Southern California. My grandfather was from Mexico. Was born and raised. Came here legally. But doesn't mean that everybody I worked with and around came here legally. I've known a lot of people that have come here illegally. You know what they've always told me? There could be a knock at the door one day. And a lot of it's crapshoot. Who's the president? How pissed and angry is America at what's going on? If there is a downturn in the economy, that was always a thing that worried people who were here illegally, because if shit went sideways, they knew that they were the first ones, low person on the totem pole. And by the way, the other thing is, and here's a misnomer that I think everybody needs to put to bed when this, they act like everybody that's here illegally gets paid $1, right? Like this, you get paid $1 or else. It doesn't work that way. So much of what happens is they get paid okay money. What happens is I don't have to pay all the other shit that goes with it. Your insurance, your this, your that, your workman's comp and all that kind of taxes, all that stuff goes away. So I'm giving you $20 an hour, $25 an hour to do something, and you go and do it. I'm not paying you $20 an hour and another $30 an hour for insurance, this, that, and so this is the misnomer of they don't get paid a penny. But they're all recognizing the fact that at any given time, shit can go down. They recognize that. They recognize what may happen. And while there are activists out there saying stuff and people are upset, and we need to have conversations about what we're going to do in reality, because there's too many people to deport. We just don't have the numbers. And there's also a lot of big businesses involved in this. And big business, as you know, wants to do big business shit, and they don't want to give up a lot of their work and their workers, because we know a lot of American youngsters aren't going to do it. What do you mean I got to work at a factory? Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's a meat packing plant. No. We can't get him to work inside of a building for an office. You're not going to get him to do that. But this LARPing around is bullshit, okay? This pretending, oh, God, we're here, and it's just the worst, and look at me, and I'm going to sacrifice, I'm a martyr. Did you get that on camera? Did you get me martyring on camera? That's what it is. That's all it is. It's martyrdom. That's 100% what it is. They run around. Here we got Freddie O'Connell, the mayor, who we're going to start a fund to help these people because their families are being torn apart. How many people out there have been arrested over the last, 24 hours who are being separated from their families, who are Americans, and you don't seem to give a shit about that? You're going to set up a fund to help them with daycare, to help them with other things? My God, you guys have lost the plot. You're here illegally. And yes, a vast majority, you guys have not committed a crime since crossing the border. You're here to work hard. We've got to come to the realization we're not going to deport everybody but this bullshit LARPing around as if if I go and I become a martyr and I throw myself in front of everything and I do my social justice and I talk about how this is the worst thing that's ever happened to mankind and blah, 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 the stuff that they say, that's not, who's that for? It's for you. It's for all of your people. It's for your Insta and your X and your Blue Sky and all that. That's who it's for. It's not real. It's not. And the minute, I've been saying this all day, if Trump really wants to figure out how to fix illegal immigration, get the Democrats on board, say that he is going to embrace everybody that's here illegally because they're so contrarian to anything he does. Say, I'm going to embrace them with all of my heart. I'm going to open up a pathway to citizenship. Within 10 minutes, Nancy Pelosi, Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, and the likes will be out there. AOC, all of them going, we got to build a wall. We got to send them back because if they're here and Trump's fine with it, that means that they must be bad people. But enough with the bullshit. We can get over it. Speaking of Trump, you get a quick one tonight. But speaking of Trump, this one. Oh, here we go. Trump's going to get a plane for free. It's an expensive plane. And shame on you, Boeing, because you can't do shit. Shame on you because your stuff falls apart. Shame on you that it takes forever to get anything done. Shame on you that these planes that are in use have been in use for 30 plus years or not. There's two of them. One's always in there getting serviced, right? Like this one's in here and that is insane. But this,
and I think Qatar, who has really, we've helped them a lot over the years in terms of security and safety. I think they, and very, very nicely, and I have a lot of respect for the leadership and for the leader, Qatar. And I think they knew about it because they buy Boeings. They buy a lot of Boeings. And they knew about it, and they said, we would like to do something, and if we can get a 747 as a contribution to our Defense Department to use during a couple of years while they're building the other ones, I think that was a very nice gesture. Now, I could be a stupid person and say, oh, no, we don't want a free plane. We give free things out. We'll take one, too. And it helps us out. Because, again, we're talking about we have 40-year-old aircraft. The money we spend, the maintenance we spend on those planes to keep them tippy-top is astronomical. You wouldn't even believe it. So I think it's a great gesture from Qatar. I appreciate it very much. I would never be one to turn down that kind of an offer. I mean, I could be a stupid person and say, no, we don't want a free, very expensive airplane. But I thought it was a great gesture. And I think it was a gesture because of the fact that we have helped and continue to, we will continue to, all of those countries, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, and others. We keep them safe. If it wasn't for us, they probably wouldn't exist right now. And I think this was just a gesture of good faith.
Yeah, well, $400 million airplane, which, by the way, if you've not seen it, I'm going to post them a little bit later. It is insane. I mean, it is absolutely insane. It is a palace that flies. And yes, he's right that the cost of fixing these damn planes, the ridiculousness of the way that Boeing goes and does stuff. And we have, they've been trying to sell this plane, by the way. So this is not, they've been trying to sell this plane for a while. It was actually, I think, in Florida a couple months ago, just sitting there. And they've been trying to get rid of it because, that's how it rolls. And the leader, Al-Thani, there's a lot that goes into it. So the way this works is he's not giving it to Trump. He's giving it to the United States Air Force, who then will supposedly let it go to the Trump library, which I don't know where that's going to be, which means it'll still be his. And there's a lot of questions about this. First and foremost, my big question is, why even participate in this bullshit when they're the ones who have hidden Hamas openly for a decade plus? Why do that? Why take this from a country that hates so much of who we are as a nation, freedoms, et cetera, et cetera. Secondly, it's not a good look. Pam Bondi comes out. She's like, oh, I think it'll be fine. You're like, hey, Pam, did you work for a law firm where you made $115,000 or so, give or take a month, to lobby for Qatar? Maybe. Okay, that's not a good look either. It's not. The whole thing is not a good look. It isn't. Did Trump just do a $5.5 billion golf deal with Qatar 2 weeks ago? There's a lot to this in the emoluments clause that you can look at. It just opens up a bag of shit that you don't need at this moment in time. You don't. And yeah, he's got a right to be pissed at Boeing, by the way. Biden was about ready to stop the Boeing contract because, well, they're Boeing at this point in time. It's just not working. It's not. And we want Boeing to be successful. Trump came out and said, look, we like the guy that runs Boeing. They're trying to get their stuff together. But the reality is, it ain't happening. It isn't. Boeing lives off of America. They do. And they have not been strong in what they have done. It has been a failure over the last little more than a little while, because we can go back to the Rex and all of that stuff. They have had more than a few problems. And that's one thing. But the thought process of taking this from a country who absolutely hates us, who hates so much of they tried to think about when Pam Bondi went and she lobbied for them on their behalf, that was for the World Cup. Because they wanted everybody to go, hey, guys, I know that you think we have slave labor to build this World Cup, but you're wrong. No, they were absolutely right. How many people died building those stadiums for Qatar? Or Qatar? A lot. So this just isn't the optics. Sometimes in life, it is about the optics. Sometimes it is. And while Trump can come out and say, I'm not going to use it after this and stuff, I understand. Plus, the other thing is, I don't care how much you sweep that thing. I don't care how much you do, whatever it is that you're going to do to that thing. Do you feel comfortable flying around on an airplane that Qatar has handed us? I don't know if I do. I don't. I mean, we'll see how long it takes them to, because they're going to have to retrofit. They're going to have to do a lot of different things to that thing. What's that going to cost us? I don't know. It is, if you guys have never seen, just Google flying, Qatar Flying Palace. It is exactly, it's $400 million. There's gold in it. It is opulent beyond belief. Just not something. And everybody says, I saw that say, oh, I trust Qatar more than Boeing. This is a Boeing plane. It just happens to be Qatar bought it. Qatar. And they put it together with their opulence. And it is an opulence. If you don't know how people, so when companies go buy, whoever buys a plane, it's all a cart. Here's the engines. What do you want on it? Well, I want this, this, and this. Okay, well, what kind of system do you want up here? Oh, I want this, 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 and I want some of these. I want the autopilot thingy because you're going to get that, but I want this kind. I want all the updates, wibbly-doos, and the whole 9 yards. So they decided to go in and go, everything gold, opulent, just over the top. And they're like, okay. Don't know, though. It's not a good look. It's not. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I trust Qatar more than Boeing. Not if it's built by Boeing. Well, this one's built by Boeing. But you, as an American, what are you going to do? You're not going to go buy an Airbus because you're going to buy American. And that's why we're working with them, America and Boeing. But Boeing has been very, very poor in this. And this is not the first complaint that many people have had about Boeing. So, well, interesting. We'll talk more about this tomorrow. And one of the things that I didn't get to today, and then I'm going to dig into more because I want to see what the actual nuts and bolts of the whole thing are, because it takes a lot if you want the truth. Most people don't. I could just come in here and scream and yell, which is also entertaining. But there is this whole thing with the executive order about drug cost is very interesting. Bringing the drug cost down in this country, right? You shouldn't have to choose life or death when it comes to insulin or a lot of these different things. And I love that. And somebody said to me today, well, this should be a free market thing. I thought you were a free market. Yeah, but it's not free market. It's not. So much of this is crony market BS. It's crony capitalism where the rates are set, and then you've got moving parts where you have a pharmacy, like a middleman that comes in, a members benefit person who comes in and they negotiate this, and this is not the free market the way we would like to have the free market. And so we'll get into that tomorrow, and then we'll do it again on the video, because I think that's an important thing because of all the stuff that we consider and talk about, all the chaos and craziness, bringing down the cost of stuff like medicine is massive. And Trump won't get the same love for that because it's not sexy. It's not, it's not a free for gazillion-dollar plane from Qatar. It's not, immigration and them LARPing around going, oh my God, it's not that look at me thing. But when it comes to everyday thing, it's so important. It is. Solid fun. Follow along, like, subscribe, share. Appreciate it when you do that. Tomorrow we'll have some fun stuff that we're going to do. But we're going to, and also follow the Diddy thing, because I'm telling you guys, it's insane. It is insane. It's the closest we're going to get to any Epstein thing, I think. So if you're looking for that, you might want to follow the Diddy stuff. It is, you wonder, how did you get here? How did you have every effing thing you can dream of? Fuck it, I'll say it. How did you fuck this up, dude? You had everything. And this what you wanted to do? This how you played it? Wow. You were worth what, $1 billion plus? And it wasn't good enough? You needed to run guns, allegedly, drugs, allegedly, these insane power plays with women and who knows what else. And who are the stars out there going to get caught up in this? Because there's some. And not everybody who's named is there because they were part of like one of his wacky freak-offs, but they did see some stuff, some people, and they just want to sit there and have a conversation with some of these people. They're going to call and go, did you see so-and-so go to this party? Yes. Were you there? No, I left the party because I'd heard stories. Uncomfortable indeed. You guys have a blessed night. We'll do it again.